Here we go. Thank you so much to the panel. We're here. It's me, Mirko, and Athena to bring you game number 1 into the land of Dawn. We go for the opening match of MWI EWC 2026. We get a quick look at the emblems here, straight up. It's kind of crazy that they went for the Hirara, the Yeeve, and the carry straight up. SETA, they just put everything on the board, no hidden cards coming into the second phase.
And that's the thing, SETA is actually known to adjust their composition quite well, depends on who they're up against with. And with Falcons back here for MWI 2026, we're kind of seeing a different assembled version of them by missing out some of the few seasons a while back, but now they're back for vengeance. And looking at the draft, Eterna and Brigida had discussed that they want to go head-to-head, especially on the jungle. You mentioned the Hirara. Now we got the Suyu back on top here for the Manda or Sev.
I don't know about the matchup, dude. The Suyo has really gone down in stocks in the last patch after the big nerfs on skill 2, some of those cooldowns as well. But the Hirara, on the other hand, has been finding a lot of success even in the utility meta and wildcards that we saw. Just a few fights here and there. Fun one.
Okay, Raimundo will immediately fall down. It's a great answer here for SETA. Setting the tone, immediate takedown onto the roam. Seva trying to go for the pickoff. Will there be a trade? Yes, indeed. Joe with a kill immediately onto Zeb. Now it reflects the nerf onto that Suyo.
We questioned it and it's instantly answered. Guy. Great laning phase so far against Liv, but the Suyo, that clearing speed definitely took a hit. And for Zoe on the Hirara, it's just been fantastic. Free turtle with all the setup they've been given, with mid-prio as well. I think that's one of the main things about the Belleric. You really gotta wait for level 4 before you're actually useful, when you could see with Fanhua and the Gatakacha, it's just playing 1 to 3, getting the prio, and then utilizing and revitalizing that brutal sustain. And
that's exactly SETA went for. They didn't even wait for Raimundo to get that ultimate, just taking advantage of the early game here. Meanwhile, transitioning onto the top lane, we could definitely see the rise of the Eve yet again. With a box type of composition here for SETA, they wouldn't have any problem at all in just disengaging or actually initiating types within their framework. And now, Fanwa onto the top lane. There's gonna be some kind of vision here for Falcons. That's why they will not resort onto any pickups yet.
And it gets really tough now as we get into the mid game for Falcon ID. They still have a very good team fighting composition, but it all relies on whether or not they can be free around Violet Sev. An attempt in the bottom lane.
That's a 3-woman setup here, but Jessica 6-6 just chilling around here. Definitely not worth her time yet. So they just want to somehow focus on Zoe farming up as much as they can. And so far, there was some kind of question for a set of division if they can withstand fast-paced tempo disruptors. But looking at their early facing, looks like they got this one on the back.
Does look like that's the case. SETA's composition scales really well as well. We're talking about just pure damage output around these team fights. Falcon ID, on the other hand, they're really going to have to rely on the Suyo and the Moskov to try to play these side lanes, build on that macro advantage, and then try to split SETA up, because it really looks like as long as SETA stick together, they get tempo around the map with Zoe and Jessica, they should just be able to build a solid box to play around, and that's exactly what both teams want to play around this time. On to Turtle 2. It's a box for SETA. It's up to Falcons to break it.
Okay, Falcons immediately goes in with a taunt here. Violet on the other hand, going for the follow-up. Jessica 6-6 onto the back, targeting Liv and Livy as well. Livy falling down. But on the front lane, just dishing out those damages. There's going to be a chase here. Fanwa, good free hits for Guy. There's going to be the Dark Wave, but it isn't enough yet. There's going to be a 3-woman here and an immediate takedown onto Violet. Most of the kills onto the side of SETA.
Falcon got the tempo, but they couldn't get more than just a neutral objective. The team fighting we were talking about, Jessica, what a set with a throw and a ruin combo together with the AOG, and they can't look for anything on the map. SETA on the other side though, Guy and Fanhua here just waiting in the bush. Violet's in for a rough awakening if he just walks up into this turret. I think it's just going to be a free turret for SETA.
Definitely. Falcons right now, they can't risk another sudden death like that. Looking at the SETA way here, they just want to be the one to set the tempos. Falcon ID just isn't giving any objections at it. And SETA Division is mostly the ones setting up most of the team fights. If it doesn't matter to them, they just go wild and go farm help as much as they can.
Equipment check. The cursed helmet for the first item from Mrs. Jessica. 1v1 for both the assassin. Sev takes the safe route, gets away in time. Liv playing this weak side. Everybody corralling into the bottom lane, trying to get Guy in the turret.
Okay, there's always Jessica onto the front line, so Falcons ID can't do nothing about it. They don't have the skill set yet and the arsenals to totally disrupt Jessica in the process. But as you mentioned, you already have the Sky Cursor for Sev. They have to get those numbers rolling if they want to somehow contest neutral objectives. And speaking of which, in less than 10 seconds, there's going to be one, and SETA already has their eyes on this one.
It's just such great adaptations, such quick adaptations from SETA. They noticed how slow they were to actually walk up and get these positions earlier. Way everything all into Jessica.
That's a very nice missing gusher for Livy and a solo with a flicker in. Final with a killing spree. Caught off guard yet again. Their jungler. Looks like there's going to be a backfire onto Falcon, tracing down onto the backlane. Zhao onto Raimundo. They're going their own way. Violet falling down as well. Livy onto Zhao. Looks like there's going to be an easy kill for her. Or not, might be. Going for the tower lock or tower hug here, but SETA Division still came up on top on that clash.
Falcons try to all in on the main frontliner. Jessica just took it like a champ, and everybody else went in for the re-engage. Now it's Liv caught all alone by Name.
Okay, there's one to avoid Crystal. Okay, that's a sandwich meta. Liv forced to go out of her way just to escape SETA Division. 3K gold lead. Things are not looking good right now for Falcons ID.
No, they were really just looking for a trade there around the fights in the bottom lane. Now Doe might go for the 1v1 again. If Sev uses that first skill. No, just a soul sever.
Okay, it's going to be Karasu. Trying to dash his way out. Go with a chase. Looks like they go in for the discipline yet because there's another neutral objective being targeted. A very smooth transition here for SETA Division. All neutral objective most of the time goes onto the hand of Joe.
Oh, Name. Another big weakness for the Suyo is these long-range mages in mid. They can just burst him down. No magic damage reduction anymore on the kit. It's been nerfed quite a while ago.
Yep.
And like you mentioned, it's all really about the transition. SETA, they transitioned so well, converted on every objective. Again, they see Falcons up top. They go straight into the bottom lane. And Raimundo is just so confused, frustrated. They don't know where to look. They go up top. They try to match some of the rotations from SETA, and Zoe is just split pushing down below on this Hirara, and there's nobody who can match this 1v1 presence, not even Sev on the Suyo.
They couldn't even maximize the Moskov thing here for Falcons ID because SETA Division is just all over the map. Conceal play here. Raimundo yet again caught here with a flicker and Rat of Dryad. There's going to be two members here for SETA Division caught on the crossfire. Fanwa with an AOG. Violet going in for their further pursuit. Still going down. A very nice box here for Name and Falcons ID. Even with great initiations, great targeting, it just isn't giving any damage yet against SETA.
It's crazy to say, but it just feels like SETA are just better. Falcons have had no answer to anything. The only time we've seen a proactive move has been Liv trying to get a turret up top. That's about it. Everything else, pace set by SETA, and you can see in the goal difference here, it is all almost across the board, a 1,000 gold lead. So it is the 1v1s that are just constantly going to SETA. And for Toe, it's that immobilization. The fact that it's just so difficult to catch anyone from SETA. I had my doubts early on when they revealed all of their damage dealers in the first 3 picks, but then the way that they were able to adapt to it, picking up these 2 beefy frontliners and the Gata Kacha and Alice, getting that combo in together as well. It's just, it has really confused Falcons now, especially as Guy finishes off her DHS. That is the 3-item power spike we were, well, should be looking forward to. I don't think Falcons are actually looking forward to that too much. It's just free. There's no way for them to even walk out of their own base. It's just Liv who can do a little bit of that. Just clears it out though. Can't go for any trades.
It's not enough for Liv to just go on about her day, clear off the last bits of minion wave. the long lane here against SETA Division. But also, we have to consider the fact that the crowd control mostly will come from Raimundo or Violet. Additional crowd control might get from the Mystic Projectile here for Livid, but still isn't enough because the moment they approach, they're easily torn down here by SETA Division. They just don't have that range yet. Damage isn't there for Livy. I just saw her build up the corrosion side, but that's it. Now SETA Division has the Lord. Totally maxes out the outer and inner turrets here for Falcons ID. Now they're left to defend down to their last base turrets here onto their base.
They do have okay clear. Still have a Gord and a Moskov in their lineup. But SETA's got really good siege with Jessica.
Conceal again?
On the Alice, yep. The conceal. Guy's looking for the shot to the turret. Name just looking for an angle to get an RWM to zone Falcons away from this turret. Now Baser down below, targeted by SETA.
Oh, another drone of ruin! Team members gone here for Team Falcons ID. But a follow here for Fonblock. Jessica 6-6 still on the Crimson Gleam, but trying to run away. Seb going down. Leave with an answer called. That's 1-for-1 trade up. They're not backing away just yet. Still for SETA Division, I think that was a very fruitful initiation, even though it cost Jessica 6-6 her life.
Yeah, no bounties on Jessica. All good as long as they're able to get those chip damage over onto the turrets. It's very low down below. It would have been even better if SETA were able to take that down. But hey, a win's a win right now. You'll lose your frontliner for the price of Zev, who now will lose a lot more time to try to look for farm. Heck, Liv is being given over the orange buff. So this level lead is going to be still a problem as we get into the next Lord for Falcon ID. Zev is going to have to just try to out-red tree, predict those red tree battles coming in from zone.
Yep, because most of the time for Falcons ID, the issue is that for the earlier parts of the game, they weren't even able to farm up as much as they can. And from their coach, they quoted that they just have to go farm, then go kill. They can't even do the step one. So for right now, it's too scattered here for Team Falcons ID. SETA Division really found the right weakest link here for Team Falcons, which is to somehow get and disrupt the whole jungling pattern here for Sev. Just going ninja here, trying to get her own purple buff while all of them are still busy. But now for Team Falcons ID, there is just so much to catch up to. Gold lead, kill lead, and as well as the map control overall.
Chev's doing a good job, yeah, just staying out of vision, finding these holes in the map game that SETA have conquered to try to get some farm. And what a story this will be for our opening match. One of the titans of MWI from Indonesia. Usually when we look at the women, it's the Indonesian teams who've had the craziest records. But now it's SETA, proven to the world right now that they can go toe-to-toe. Heck, they can actually even just be better. Name poking Violet down. Mid-prio for Liv.
Okay, they have to watch out here for Guy. Mystic Gush is ready. Jessica 6-6 with a stopper of the Throne of Ruin. Liv falling down. Joe getting busy here. Liv will slowly back away. Kill spree for Guy. Joe onto Liv with those damages. With Jessica 6-6 onto the front line. A Crimson Gleam out. Livy as well here will go livid. Seb can do nothing but stare back. SETA Division still got the lead. Joe was the survival instinct mode there, but still they want to go up against their base turrets here, trying to finish off the round as fast as they can. Guy with a mega kill. Now they're locking their eyes onto the tower, and it looks like this is it. SETA Division takes game number 1.
That's the thing, right? If we're playing with movement speed and boxes, Irrital should be able to do it.
Well, it's definitely a fun hero selection, and now it's time to move into map number 2. Athena, Mirko, take it away.
Thank you so much to the studio. A great analysis so far, man. Hey, yeah, this is definitely an unorthodox draft. Welcome to the Land of Dawn. We're seeing a lot more picks, and this is exactly why we've been talking about the Hanzos, the steals early on, and though not aware of it on the Baksha. It's already such a slow clearing jungle. Tries to go for the top lane straight up. A level 2 dive or a level 2 gank attempt here. And with no buff, I don't even know if they can actually walk up to take what a Falcons buff. This is just going to be a big lead to Sev early on.
Well, let's see. One game at a time here for Team Falcons ID. As they've mentioned, that it's kind of like their composition is built for a BO1. They're already down 1 point, and they wouldn't want it any other way to go back onto the lower bracket. Now for SETA Division, on the other hand, I feel like they wouldn't really react that much onto that Hanzo being picked up here for Falcons ID, because we've mentioned that they don't really had to necessarily shut him down. They just have to be really careful, stick to their guns, stick to the plan, which is to farm up as much as they can, and the Tigreal will do the rest when it comes to someone invading them or attempt to invade their jungle here for SETA Division.
Really wonder if Zoe's actually even going to get level 4 before this first turtle. Guy in the bottom lane, losing out. Liv has actually gone for a very aggressive emblem choice. A Master Assassin down below. Knowing that Guy is weak side, he's trying to punish her even more.
Oh.
And Zoe will try to rotate down below. She actually did get level 4, so this is A-okay still. You're not losing out on too much, despite that early orange buff take by Shev. Zoe's going to try to go for the shield unity.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. That for Zoe, they just have to stick to what they know best. Try to be stoic here for our gate number 2. Raimundo onto the front. Flicker was gate number 2. Raimundo onto the front. Flicker was forced out of Name. Fanwa getting in on the right, but the Vitalize activated as well. Trying to survive here is Raimundo. But Zoe with a shield unity in terms of size already activated. But trying to run away, being blocked over the corner here, offered neutral objective. Name yet again will get the first blood. Same goes for what happened from the previous game.
Oh no, the targeting is all over the place. It looks so good for Falcons ID.
Yeah.
They went in, but they just had different targets in mind. SETA, their composition that really thrives in that position where they can actually delay and sustain through the initial damage from Falcons ID, and they just had no idea who to target together. It really just feels like a big disconnect between the team. Turtle 1 going to SETA with the Baksha, a hero that we just didn't expect to be meta after the nerfs coming into this patch. With a Hanzo stealing her orange buff early as well. This is a disastrous early game for Falcons ID.
It's not like... This is not the same Falcons ID that we've seen compete on a triple elimination, surviving that game hers from way back in Indonesia. And now, for SETA Division, they're just showing how much they want to stay in the lane. Okay, Glorious Party already activated. Liv will get the kill. That's numerous members down here for SETA Division. Jessica 6-6 keeps them at bay. Liv right now cannot do some follow-ups. Nami with a free hit. Violet Crown onto the RWM, trying to run away. Jessica 6-6 hot on her tail right now. And it looks like she will be able to get back. Now Falcons got another punch in from SETA.
And it's the same story again, Athena. It's all about Falcons initiating first, being the proactive win condition. They go in, they use all their resources, but SETA, they want that to happen. It's all about the longer team fights where they can abuse some of those resources being spent already. And look at the zone coming in from Fanhua. Liv has the Purify, but I don't know if she wants to burn it.
Oh, maybe. But let's see, Fanwa being cornered here, Flicker, and now we see has been exhausted. For Falcons, on the other hand, we see them try to attempt numerous fight, but that's it. For SETA Division, they just go ahead and trust their instincts when it comes to Name committing that very nice box around them, and Jessica 6-6 always on top of things, preventing the very great rest pool here for Team Falcons. Now, objective up.
Violet.
Half an HP left. Violet onto the back line, targeted Name. Name will still survive. Onto the front yet again. Sev with a ninjutsu, Pinnacle Ninja, not able to even get the objective. It's SETA yet again taking the upper hand.
2 red trees, and it's Fanhua on the Tigreal.
What?
Do a lot of damage with the implosion, and I think it was like 3 patches ago. Jessica, though, there's no one that can actually handle Jessica. She can actually just be all up in there, under turret, no problem whatsoever. So has a vengeance too. Shev's just tickling her.
Look, she's kind of enjoying the attention that Falcons ID is giving onto her. And imagine, she is considered the X factor for SETA Division. Definitely she is. With an X painted on her back, she doesn't even care.
It's looking rough for Falcons ID. They got to regroup somehow. It's not like they have the best late game too when it comes to just pure team fights. SETA wants to play the tempo toe with a dive.
Okay, that's very nice Glorious pathway. Although there was an implosion play here immediately for Fanwa and Joey. Now we see Gaige just going with the free hits. Now the blazing duet activated. All those bullets coming in hot here for Falcons ID. It's going to be the Soul Snare, enough stacks, but they have to try and run away. Fanwa onto Livy, hot on her tails. They get the kill. Now Liv is the next target here, but SETA Division, they already got most of the kills, got an advantage, and Jessica 66 goes on her day, just clearing up the last bits of waves onto each lane.
They've got all the winning matchups and they can dictate the tempo of the fights. They started first and it just creates so much confusion within Falcons ID. Again, we see the targeting all over the place. Livy, Crimson Beacon forward, went onto Guy, but Sev wanted a different target. Everybody is going for their own 1v1s and it just doesn't look good. SETA are putting Chinese Mlbb on the map. Imagine that. First match, opening of MWI 2026 and a win against a Titan.
Oh! It's Livy again being caught. What a great setup here for Fanwa. Now we're talking. Now we see why they've built from scratch instead of just buying a whole new set of organization. From building to scratch, now they've got this blueprint. A wonderful standard here for Mlbb Chinese, especially on the FE division, right? They're setting a whole new face here on MWI. And it doesn't look like their first rodeo. It's actually looking like a huge contender for the crown this year.
Chev can't even deal damage to Fanhua. Fanhua is just taking it. They're going for the poke again. Sev's trying her best to do the best she can. She's the only one on the team who's still deathless. And it's just harsh to say, but right now, SETA are gapping Falcons ID. The Sea Halberd first item to try to deal with Jessica. Still not enough though for Violet. Livy's going up as well. No glowing one. So they're just real. That's no wonder. They're relying on
whole new face here on MWI. And it doesn't look like their first rodeo. It's actually looking like a huge contender for the crown this year.
Chev can't even deal damage to Fanhua. Fanhua is just taking it. They're going for the poke again. Sev's trying her best to do the best she can. She's the only one on the team who's still deathless. And it's just harsh to say, but right now, SETA are gapping Falcons ID. The Sea Halberd first item to try to deal with Jessica. Still not enough though for Violet. Livy's going up as well. No glowing one. So they're just real. That's no wonder. They're relying on just the Sea Halberd from Violet so far to actually deal with the sustain coming in from SETA. That's why they can do whatever they want.
Yep. Leaf only has a Haskell. Understandable. And that's why SETA Division, now they're chasing Raimundo. They don't care, even if it's the tankiest of them all. They've got enough damage to totally shred them into pieces. Chassis Poldron as well here for Jessica 66. The problems just keeps on piling up here for Falcons ID.
She's dealt with the wave so well. Now she goes up top again. Chev will get a turret, but that's about it. Now it's a 1v1 against Jessica. She gets away with the Pinnacle Ninja. There's just no one that can deal with Jessica. That's the problem right now. All the battle spells are up. We're waiting. This is the calm before the storm. A big one that can actually be SETA's first win in the tournament. A loss to the Titan in Falcons ID. A purple buff take by Zoe, by SETA. They're getting control over. Chev has already used the Retribution, and it seems like Zoe will try to go into the bottom lane. They had vision on a few of those members. Raimundo might just be the sacrifice for Liv to get out.
They're willing to commit even with the Revitalize. They just take the bait. That's another additional kill here for SETA Division. And as you've mentioned, Jessica 6, and she's doing stellar at her performance. Now another objective is up. Joe as well is starting off smart here. Violet onto the back, but I feel like it's too risky to contest this Lord up onto the hands of SETA Division. And now Sev with a ninjutsu, Pinnacle Ninja, already exhausted their ultimate. Lures pathway here for Raimundo. Is that the opening that they want? But Guy with a blazing do it, hitting on to the right marks of Falcons ID, slowly crumbling down. Lord as well will be stalling off here by Lev. Violet with a shutdown kill. Is it the turnaround that they need to actually contest this fight? But no, SETA Division has their eyes on the prize. They don't even care if you get that Lord as much as they want to get that. As long as they get the kill and advantage, they'll take it.
They got the team fight. They were able to, again, prolong the team fight, play around the carries. Name, she did get taken down, but she bought enough time for the rest of the team to follow it up. And man, Clean retry, I guess. No, that was a heavy crossbow and a few shots coming in from War. But again, SETA have just been the more calculated Vanwa.
That's 2 members caught here inside the box here for Nami with RWM. Very nice pickup here for SETA Division. Raimundo falling down here low. Trying to run away. And now they have to back away. SETA Division with that immediate responses. Very beautiful implosion plays so far here for game number 2.
These implosions have been brutal. Nothing they can say about it, even with the Purifies. You use it and it's an instant blazing duet. An RWM, layers upon layers of CC and damage. They get a trade at least. With the enhanced minions up top with the Lord, they're able to get a trade, but still, it's a tier 2 in the mid lane. Now it's SETA. It's up to them to try to close this one off. Falcons ID, they haven't looked too good in the last 2 games, but they're a team that can show up in the middle of the game as they continue to scale. They're doing some damage on zone.
Okay, maybe now we could finally see some great responses for Team Falcons. I also saw the Malefic gun ready build up here for Liv. So additional range here.
Violet
would be what we expecting. Violet being caught here by Guy and Jessica 6-6. Flicker already activated here. He needs to be really careful. Joe just spots her here, but Name gets caught here by Sev. That's a really great trade-off here for Team Falcons. Violet just buying enough time for them to actually pick up some of the members here for SETA Division.
The shining star of Falcons ID, Violet, soaring past the skies on the Paquito, juking everybody and baiting those crucial resources. Flicker out for Guy. Got Joe in a tough spot as a frontliner so that Name can be vulnerable, and Falcons took advantage of that. It's always been chaotic throughout these games, but now that they have the items to actually go for whoever they want, it's starting to actually work out. Falcons ID, they're in their comfort zone right now. They can finally start to break that front to back that SETA have relied on in the past 2 games. Chev though.
But still, it's all about exhausting their battle spreads or even ulti. They'll take it. But now, still Raimundo being caught. Lures probably just to disengage.
Jessica.
The last bits of the RWM will hit him. But Jessica 6-6 will just zone out Violet. But Sev on the other hand will still go in against 4 members here for SETA. Placing the it here for Guy. Violet will go down. Double kill again for Guy, making the triple kill. Liv and Sev are the only ones left, but not for long because Jessica 6-6 still has her eyes here on the Liv. Sev is the only woman left here, and looks like SETA Division or SETA Esports wants to finish off this game 2 as fast as they can.
We've waited a long time for China to make their show on the international stage. This might be it!
And this time, they want to put their names on top of the list, and SETA will ensure the 2-0 sweep against Indonesia's finest.